Hi everyone, it's Vickie Kello, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane. We'll take two. I'm having some technical difficulties. That seems to be my week. I couldn't get it to go the right way, and I'm still not the right way. My phone is the right way. I think they've changed this. I'll go that way. Hi Renee, hi Carrie. Right, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. They've changed the settings with Facebook again. My phone's the wrong way to get the landscape. It's very annoying, but I think this will have to do. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do it. They keep changing the thing. That's going to be very annoying that you ladies can see that iPad though. What if can I move this down? No, I think that's it. Oh no, here. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Okay, ladies, I'm sorry, but this is as good as it's gonna get tonight. Hi, Renee. It is just not working. Something's happened with either my phone or Facebook. Hi, Nita. It's just not happening, and comments are not staying up on this. Either. I can't see anything. Anyway, we'll wing it. I won't be able to talk to you ladies unless I keep looking at the phone because nothing's coming up on the iPad. So tonight I am going to use the delicate details. I know, Anita, you think you get something right and then somebody does an update. It drives me batty and things, but anyway. So I thought I'd try and use this stamp set with the paper. I've got nothing planned. I've done nothing. That is going to drive me insane seeing that. If I sit it up there, you guys can at least don't have to watch me. Last week's Lucky Draw prize winner is Sue Hill, so I need to send something out to Sue as well. To get into the draw for this week's Lucky Draw prize, you just need to like, share and comment on my video, and you go into the running, and I pick a winner from the comment picker on some app on the computer that my husband set up for me. Okay, now my March online class, the RSVP today closes today, so I just want to make sure, hi Kerry, make sure that everyone who wants to attend knows today's the cutoff. So this March online class is we're using By the Bay specialty paper. You get the full pack of the paper, you get half a pack of the flat adhesive back pearls, you get 2 meters of the ribbon, and it gets posted to your door. We have a live Zoom class on the 18th of March, which is recorded. I have a number of ladies who only do the recording. They can't make the live class. The recording is uploaded to YouTube as a unlisted link, and then and it's usually done that afternoon or Sunday, depending on how my internet is working. And then you can complete the class in your own time. So all you need for this class is Night of Navy and Crumb Cake ink pads. You need a sponge dauber. You need your adhesives. You need a sentiment stamp set. I'm using the Go To Greetings stamp set. So if you don't have that and want to use that, then you can use purchase that in addition. And thanks for sharing, Kerry. And then you've got your paper cutter, scissors, things like that. Cost is $45 including postage. And it will be sent to you as soon as I receive the materials. So the registration closes for that today. So I'll be placing that order tonight or first thing tomorrow morning to make sure the stuff arrives in time for that to come to me and then to post to you. So let's get started on this. I have got nothing prepared. So what I do when I have nothing prepared is I get the coordinating papers out and then the coordinating cardstock. And start looking through things and see where the inspiration comes to me. This is going to be very annoying because you're not going to see everything. Hi, Sue. But it is. So while I'm picking some papers that I think I want to create with, hopefully those of you that weren't able to attend our retreat have seen the results online. Chrissy shared the post and created the post on the Saturday night whilst I was counting all the money. So we hit $1,000 to donate to Four Voices, which was very exciting. I know I personally had a goal of hitting $500, so I'm ecstatic that we hit the $1,000 mark. So, nice, Sue. So that's very exciting. Hi, Julie. Now, I also want to use this paper because this paper goes with the suite and it's super pretty. Thanks, Anita. We did so well. We blew away all my little expectations that I had set on myself. So I want to use these bits. And hi, Myrtle. We set a date for our next retreat as the 28th of October. Maybe that one. So I've gone through those papers. Need some cardstock now to match these prints. So we need some of this and some of this and some of this. Thanks, Sue. So let's start. I don't know what type of cards we'll make. I don't know how many cards we'll make. Just go with the flow and see what happens. And I'm pushed for room here because I still haven't packed away everything from the retreat. So I've got bits and pieces everywhere. Plus in the middle of trying to prep the By the Bay class. So I think I might do another craft room tour soon because I think everyone thinks that people that do Facebook Live and YouTube people have all this room and that you can't create, you need to have a craft room. Oh, thanks, Kerry. It was a good day. I was absolutely shattered that night, but it was a good day. That you need all these supplies and all this room, and I can't create because I don't have a craft room and things like that. I am lucky enough to have a craft room now, but for years at my other house, I was at my other house for 15 years. This is my 10th year as a demonstrator. I crafted at my dining room table. We didn't eat very often at our dining room table because my table was so full of craft stuff that I couldn't eat at it. I would have to clear it off when we had people come over. But that's the space, and it was kind of down one end because my husband didn't want it taking up the whole table. And even now I have a room, but I'm limited to the space in my room. He doesn't like seeing any of my craft stuff anywhere else. Doesn't want to have to deal with it. So I have very limited space to actually craft in. There's a lot of storage space, but actually crafting ability, not so much. Or crafting area, not so much. I crafted over the spare bed for many years. That's right, Kerry. If you wanna do it, you will find room to do it. But everyone just assumes that all these people that are on YouTube and Facebook and that do all this stuff, they've got every tool under the sun and they've got all the room in the world. And I think I just want to kind of bust that myth, really, that not all of us have everything. Oh, how pretty is that side? I didn't see that side. I might even use that side. Green sky. Hi, Megan. Right. I think I like that. No. I think this is petal pink in here, so I'll get a petal pink piece as well. I got these wallets that I store my paper in from Craft Online, and I store them all in a magazine holder. So, and I store in colour families. So then I put all the cut off pieces or the scrap pieces that I'm going to keep. I don't keep pieces like this anymore. I just don't have the room or the inclination to use it. But I will keep these pieces, but the smaller pieces I don't even keep. And I put them back in the container so that then I look at those pieces before I cut another piece. That looks better on that. This paper is so pretty. Just need that all on its own. And then I want to use this one. What colour do you think that goes with? It might be soft succulent, but it kind of doesn't look like it. Look, it's throwing a bit of a blue, but that looks all right on there. What's on the back of this? Soft succulent, petal pink and Cajun Crage. So it is soft succulent. Now this piece What is this DSP? This DSP is the special paper, dry brushed metallic specialty designer series paper. This foil one comes in the same suite as this delicate desert suite, and I think that's the name of the paper. Delicate desert paper. What would I know? I think it's coastal. Petal pink, that's all right. Now I hacked into this piece, so I need to straighten up the edges on both sides. People would have been looking at it going, what has happened? Look at that, I get a 2-inch strip out of that. So I think that will work on there. And make that whoa, I cut that way too short. What were you doing there, Vickie? We'll put another layer in between that and we'll fix that. See, even experienced crafters make mistakes with layering measurements. That bit goes on there. And that's still too short. So we're going to make this a little bit shorter. That's that one. And have a bigger border than what I normally do. That's better. See what happens when I talk and cut and I'm not concentrating? I like that card. So this might be better on this piece. Oh, that looks nice on there. So that's that one. That's this piece. Who knows whether we're going to get all 4 done. I got 4. And I liked this paper here. This looks a bit grungy looking. I like that. I don't use Cajun Crage very often, which is why I picked it out. But this also has grey granite in it. And I'm going to have that same paper on a piece of grey granite because I think that would look nice too. And then have this piece layered on that. Hey Chrissy, I think I may need to change my blade. Let's hacken up the paper a bit. And then I'll go even smaller. Now let's not stuff up the measurements like I did just before. Let's cut from this end because it's already hacked. I like that double layer. on there as well. I think that just makes it pop. Now, our replacement blades come in a pack of 4 for $21, and they just kind of pop out at the end here and pop back in. There's a little gap in the hole, and then that just goes in the bin. So I will need to make sure I've got another pack on order. Now I'm down to 1 blade. And let's put them away. Now there are some pretty funky dies in here that go with this. Like these border dies. Have you ever tried to sharpen your blades by cutting foil? No, I do that with punches. I've never done it with blades. I might do that now. Sometimes with these borders, and I haven't used this set, so I don't know. Sometimes with these borders, they look a bit silly with Australian size card measurements because our cards are skinnier and longer. That doesn't look too bad, like it fits on there nicely. I think I'm going to do that in the grey. We'll cut, see what this cut's like too. And cut some of them. And I might cut that. Ladies, because I've got no idea what I'm doing tonight, I don't know that we're going to get everything cut that I want, or everything made that I want. Is it really hard to see because it's on a silly angle tonight? There's something going on with Facey. I didn't want to do that with that. I wanted to do that with that. Oh, that cuts so much better. Winging it is always good fun. Most nights I have a little bit of an idea and a plan of what I'm doing. Tonight, there is nothing. Now, that's not going to fit, Vickie. My husband tells me all the time I have no idea, like I can't, he'll say something and you've got no idea of space. I'm like, no, I need to see it to work out whether that's going to fit or not. And that's exactly right. I might try something in petal pink. Is this bit gonna fit? See, look, that fits. In petal pink, I've got a piece here, so let's cut that and that. Right, now we won't be able to use the small trimmer. Not the small trimmer, the small cutter, because these are this will fit, but this won't. So I'm just going to bring the big one in and do it all. palettes. It's a bit fancy. See, if one practiced before doing this, I would know what the dies look like. And because I haven't even really Googled this set, I don't even know. That will fit that way. Sometimes I go on Pinterest and look and things, but I haven't even done that this time. I just thought I would use this. So tomorrow is the last day of celebration. So if you would like to, tomorrow the 28th of February. So if you're watching the replay on YouTube, it's already past that date. But if you're watching on Facebook, then tomorrow is the last day of the celebration specials or promotions that are on, which is every $90 you spend, you get to choose a free item. And then they've also got a great joining deal at the moment. So if your wish list in any of the catalogs is greater than $169, you could sign up and be a demonstrator. And, oh, how pretty is that? For $169 and get $315 worth of items of your choice or product of your choice. Or if you are after a die cutting machine, you could get the mini die cutting machine in blue or white, and for $210 plus $315 worth of product of your choice. But unfortunately that deal ends tomorrow. So if you would like that, you got to be quick. Pop these in. Whoa. Now we can all see me on the iPad again. I'm having all sorts of issues. How pretty is that die cut? Oh, I like that. Even the cutout bits are nice. That'd be pretty in the red too. Where's some, do I have some off cut of the red? I do. Blame the stupid heat, so over it. I'm just having technology issues tonight, really, Megan, because my camera won't turn, so it's landscape. So we've got this skinny view, which is then making everything out of whack. You just don't have your overhead stand in the right spot. No, it's my phone. It won't twist. Like usually I do it landscape and it won't do it. That's, I've restarted 2 or 3 times and it just won't change back. It's very annoying, actually. Well, that just fits on there. So it's, I already have a restricted amount of space to craft in, but trying to do it in camera shot is even harder at this point with this going on. And I've left the iPad up the top here because when I have it on my actual stand, it you can see me watching you back, and that's very annoying or off-putting. Okay, so I'm just going to die cut one more of these little leafy things because these are so pretty in this foil paper. I want to get as many as possible. Oh, I should put the die cutting machine away. And I'm missing the bottom of this one because it moved as it went through. But that's okay because we can cover that with a flower. And then I was hoping this one would be a frame. So if I stick that in there, look at that. Let's die cut this again. Line that up because I don't want to lose all that pretty foil paper underneath that background. Hi, Elizabeth. So now I've got another one of those. How good does that look? Right, let's put this away. Oh. And this bit dropped on the floor, but anyway, let's start putting these away so I don't lose them, because with the amount of paper and stuff. Ah, you missed a good weekend, Elizabeth. Is that how that was? I should have taken more notice when I took them out, where they went. Okay. So I want to do something with that one. That is not the right one. This one is the one I want the frame on. Oh, that's pretty. That's gonna have that. I don't know that we're gonna get to that one. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We'll focus on these two, ladies. I've bitten off more than I can chew. Focus on one thing, Vickie, and stick to it. So, we've got this big flower image, and this image. Is this going to fit on that block? I'll reach up here. Doesn't even fit on that block. We will make it work, because I think this is the biggest block. Is E the biggest block? I think we'll make it work. All right. stamp that in grey. And we need... So for those of you who weren't at the retreat, because we've already discussed how brilliant that was, did you all have a good weekend? All those of you that did come to the retreat, did you do something fabulous on Sunday, or did you just recover because it was exhausting? That looks very green. Have I got the writing pack? This is saying it's grey granite. Why is that very green? Anyways. Get my housework. I know Kids Sport got in the way of you flying up. Bloody kids. Cook roast ready for Mum when she got home. Oh, that's lovely. We had leftover Chinese thanks to your mum too. So that was nice for us. All right, so that's going on there. That looks very green on there, even though it's grey granite. I'm gonna just alter this. And she still had room in the suitcase. It kept coming. Yes. She did well. I'm surprised how much she got in there. With that big raffle prize that she won. I'm surprised. I'm going to use this. And what have we got here is words. I didn't like that bit. Sending warm rays. You let the fun begin. You are what sunshine feels like. That's okay. All good. Now this should fit. Look at that. Get rid of that big block. Are you all just yelling at the screen going, just do this, just do this? Because I'm here fiddle farting around. Just make a decision and stick with it, Vickie. Isn't that the whole point of a Libra? I do really struggle with decision making. You are what sunshine feels like. It's like a Mary Poppins bag. It was. When she goes, all right, next bag, let's unpack that and stick that in. I'm like, what? There's more room. And she's like, yep. And then it wasn't till right at the end that she's like, I still haven't fully extended this. This suitcase can extend. I'm like, woohoo. She did well. I'm going to stamp this. Let's try. What flower? I'm going to change up my flowers because this is all green on here. I don't have any of that Cajun craze. I want a nice pink flower on here. I think because pink and green look good. And she still had 2 kilos. She did. She did do very well. Now, I haven't stamped these. I don't know what they look like when they're stamped there. I'm pretty sure they're distinctive stamps. So you should get the shape. Oh, how pretty is that? You should get the shading. Oh, I do like the pink. How pretty is that? Pink doesn't go with the paper though, but that's okay. We're not using all the papers in this one. So we can add a pop of colour. I think your grey granite has been filled. Looks like even, yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know. I don't use grey granite very often. So I'm just going to fussy cut these ladies because I've now got even more stuff on my desk that I can't possibly bring the Big Shot in or the cut and emboss machine to cut these out. There are dies in there, but I also like to show that, like in this one you get different dies. Not all the dies cut out the images and things like that. So you've got those frame dies, but fussy cutting images is not as hard. I use it on the weekend and it's a browny grey. Yeah, I don't know whether it's my light or not, but even on me, like it showed up on camera quite green, but even to me it showed up more green than grey. Tips when you're fussy cutting, you move the paper, not your scissors. And it is a bit easier. And if you leave a white border around what you are fussy cutting, then it looks better than trying to cut on the lines. Sometimes the paper gets caught and then I just cut it off and start again. Right, so that one's done. And I think the gems that I got with this suite are those gold gems. Thanks for sharing, Sue. All right. And I have my tongue poking out while I'm fussy cutting as well. It obviously helps and makes it a bit easier. So hopefully some of you that weren't able to make the first retreat can make the second one now that we've released the date and you've got plenty of time to save up. No worries, Sue. See you next time. Save up and come to the next one in October. I've already had a couple of people contact me and say they've got some friends that might be interested, and we welcome new stampers as well. Flights booked. Nice. All right, so let's finish off one card and then we'll move on to the other card because we are working on limited space tonight, ladies. More limited than normal. So does that mean I need to book a space at my hotel too, Elizabeth? And we're covering up that because I really don't like that. I would reserve it. Okay, and we're gonna stick there. It's a bit hard tonight when I'm thinking of what to do. I'm not talking as much. It's going to be awkward silences. There we go. I'm going to stick them down there. And I'm going to get my dimensionals. All I can say is thank goodness I'm not in my PJs tonight, ladies, because this silly camera angle, you would be seeing me in my PJs. Pop that down there. Pop that above that underneath. And pop this one there. And are these what come with delicate? I think these are the ones that came. Hello, buddy. Come in for a visit. Don't you chew on those cords. Oh, there's moons in here. Hey, growing boy. Yay, yes, he did come in for a visit. Right. That is that card done. Now, we need to come back to this card because with the weird angle, you can just roll back and we can sing tonight, yes. Buddy! Hello, everybody. Are you saying hello? Hello, everybody. Okay. Gotta finish this card. A white card base. He has gotten big. I don't think he was sold to us as a miniature, but I've done some research and miniatures should be up to 5 kilos. Last time we weighed him, which was about a month or so ago, he was 5 kilos. So I think he's more going to be like a midi, which is usually 5 to 7 kilos. And but not a full. Where is my adhesive? Over here. That's okay, Marcel. I've got a weird angle tonight. I'm having technology problems. It's probably a good night that you forgot. It's not one of my best nights, I can tell you. But we're making it work. So I think he's more of a midi rather than a mini. But he's still good. Oh, see, even that side's pretty, isn't it? The vet said Frank is still a mini and he's a big fatty at 8.4. Basil is 6.4. That I really like that too, but I want that. I want more pieces of this paper in the pack. Don't you find that sometimes you've got your favourite piece? I really like this. By the way, Frank is on a diet. When we had to stick Wookie on a diet years ago, that's when he decided that the goldfish in the pond that he had watched grow for the last 5 years were suddenly food that he could eat. And he ate all our goldfish out of the pond because he thought his throat was cut with not getting enough food. I know, but I just don't think, I think this is too wide for seal. Well, they say fish is good for their coats. Yes, Adrian, on the other hand, was not impressed because he had just spent the last 5 years growing these goldfish in the pond to be eaten by the dog. Yeah, I laughed. Adrian didn't laugh so much, Marcel. Adrian was not impressed. Shall we say not impressed? How pretty are these foils? I think even this one works. In there. And I just like that shape. Coming out of there. But then you can't really see that. Maybe we have 2 of them and then this shape. This colour here. I'm gonna, I think, stick that behind the sentiment. We are gonna stamp, where's that white? We're gonna get another flower on here after I hacked at that other one. Asian Craze. Oh, this is one of the old ink pads. Hi, Lisa. Are the babies in bed? Oh, that looks dirty, but I like it. It's not as orange as I thought, but maybe if when it dries, it'll become a bit lighter. It's just a bit dark, maybe. Right, we'll fussy cut these out too. Whoops. There are dies for those that have just joined late, but I am on limited space tonight because my camera angle is thing. They do say. I do talk to myself. Adrian sometimes comes in when I'm crafting and he's like, oh, I thought you were on the phone. I'm like, no, just me. I don't talk to myself when I'm actually like working at my real job and things, but I do often talk to myself while I'm crafting. And it's really hard with a Facebook Live, then like if people watch it after the fact and not live, and there's not a lot of conversation, like it's an awkward video to watch. So you feel obligated to fill in the silence with chatter. And when you get, like my first couple of videos, it was really hard. I used to have to write myself scripts because until you build up a bit of a following and you've got people who are asking questions or commenting, the conversation doesn't really flow. So you've got to come up with talking points to keep it going, or you have these very awkward silences when you watch it back. And things you're like, oh God. But once you've done it for a little while, it comes second nature. I'm good at talking to myself now. Plus, a lot of you ladies are commenting, so it kind of helps the conversation go. When I run out of things to do, there's usually another comment which provides the next lot of babbling. The next topic for babbling. And I'm now starting to build up a bit of a following on YouTube as well. So some ladies, I've got a couple of people that comment on my videos on YouTube, which is amazing. But also that watch them that don't watch Facebook or anything. So if you are watching on YouTube, I'd really appreciate a comment or two or a thumbs up that you liked the video. So but yeah, I was watching my stats the other day, and some of my videos, I've got like 24 watches on it, on one video. I'm like, wow, my video's gone viral, because often some of my YouTube things only have 1 or 2 people watching them. So the fact that 24 people have watched this video, I'm like, whoa, this one's gone viral. Gone viral for Vickie. How pretty is that? Let's leave them for the, oh, I haven't even glued them down yet. Whoopsies. We're going to cover that up. So we all know how much I dislike that wet glue. We can stick them down. Oh, so excited, Chrissy, when I saw my stats the other day and saw that on one of my videos. I'm like, oh, which one is that? 24 views. That's a bit phenomenal for me. I'm only just gluing these tips down so they don't get busted or bent back. Just need the slightest bit of glue. That one I think is fine there. Did I glue that one down? Yep. Right. Some dimensionals. Pop that. I do like this little frame thing. Now we need to stamp a sentiment. I feel like I'm doing the Wiggles thing. It's a bit sad. I haven't watched Wiggles in quite a few years. Let's just pull the rest of these out because rubbish pile. Oh, my desk is a mess, ladies. I'm going to take a picture of it after. Stick it on Insta and show you. The crafting math. What do you call it? The crafter math. The aftermath of crafting with Vickie. Did I clean them? I don't know. Nope. Did I? I don't know whether I did. I'm still getting ink on me. And gonna have to move these around. They don't work there. There we go. Now, what are these sentiments? Your smile is pure magic. Let the fun begin. Sending warm rays your way. Stick down. Hold that there. Can't be any worse than I bet my birthday card video was a big hit. I'll have to check which one it was. Megan. Can't be any worse than my dining table as the craft mat of the retreat. Yeah, well, I'm yet to pack. Like, I unpacked my boxes. What's this? Let the fun begin. I don't know that I like that. Your smile is pure magic. I'm going to do sending rays your way. Warm rays. I've unpacked the boxes. Have I packed the stuff away? No. Now, I'm going to stamp this on basic grey because even though the card base is white, I don't know. I'm going to stamp it on both because I can't make a decision. Whether I want it on white or whether I want it on grey. So, it's both worlds. What is that doing out? Where'd that big block go? Did I put that? Oh, I've started packing up. I put those blocks away. I'll just... What's it say? Sending this way. Okay. Oh. I've got a balancing act right to the right of me here where everything's currently piled onto my laptop. And should I sneeze or move wrong, it could all end up crashing down onto the workspace here. I'm thinking I like it on the grey. Now, my little trusty trimmer. Yeah, I like the grey better than the white. And I've stamped that crooked. So we're going to have to cut it crooked to make it be straight. Give us a bit of room there to Now, when I'm really concentrating, I can't talk and do both. But, oh, she's a bit close there. We'll have to trim this one up over this side. I have stuff on every surface at the moment. I need to do a big tidy. I just received my swaps. I don't have a clear surface to take pictures. I like that there. Now, this will be glue dots. Now that's only one lot of dimensionals, but it seems like it will be more. And I think I'm going to need mini dimensionals because I've cut that so small. That's what the floor's for. To take pictures, that chamois not going to work. Where's my dimensional packet? Oh, it's out here already. I wouldn't be able to take pictures on my floor, Chrissy. All you'd see is dog hair. Seems to be on every bloody surface. All right. Before we take the backing off that, see, that seems to be sitting up, so I think I'm going to stick a second dimensional under that. Double stack them. I don't know why, because everything else is flat, but that's better. Oh, there's a bug in here again. A bug that makes a clicking sound. Now, I have these two. Don't know whether we need them, and I wanted this. I wanted to kind of do a little sentiment and stick that up there in the corner. Does that could center up there and not look too ridiculous. Do you think, let's have a vote. Do you think that should stay up there? Very pretty colours. Oh, thanks, Marcel. Do you think that should stay up there, or do you think that should disappear and we just have blank space? I'm not very good with blank space. I like to fill it. We can have that there, but then that covers most of that. And one doesn't look right. But does that look right on its own? Leave it there or take it away? Yep, doesn't help when I've asked two questions, Liz. Blank and put the flowers on the inside. Blank. Right. Yes, leave it. What if I do this on the inside? Or I could stick it on the inside there and put them down the bottom. I might do that. This thing, though, leave there, leave there. Oh, see? I do like that there. I'm going to leave that there and stick the flowers in the middle. I do think I'm going to need a little bit of glue though on those little bits. They're a bit tiny. I'll put them up on the top of the frame. Because where's Buddy when you need him to eat that bug? These little triangle bits just are a bit loose. Like, or not loose, thin or flimsy. I like Elizabeth said put to the top of the frame. Yeah. I like that. And then we can have these ladies in here. Because I don't want them going to waste in this colour, because I just don't know that I would use Cajun Craze flowers very often. Now, blingity bling bling bling. Because there's not enough bling with the paper. I don't know about these raindroppy ones. Oh, now the thing's flying. Oh, it's going to get me. If I scream, ladies, it's from this bug. It's jumping very close to me. And I've got no dog to save me. Ugh. I think there's two of them. No, it's gone from over there. Right. That's the two cards, ladies. What a mess tonight. I've got leftover bits, but I'll use them because they're pretty. And I've got other bits half started, like the paper started. But we've got two cards tonight, which I think I'm going to have to be like that to fit in screen. And yes, thank you very much for joining me. For those that are interested in the class on the 18th of March, today is your last day to register. I'll be placing that order in the morning for the products. That's using By the Bay Suite. Yes, it's a click beetle. Hold one end and it is clicking all by itself, Kerry. I don't need to hold it or touch it. So you get the paper, half a pack of the flat pearls and 2 meters of the ribbon. So that closes tonight, and I will order the instructions for tomorrow. So it will order the materials for tomorrow. So it will be sent to you in time for the 18th. If you can't attend the class online at the live time, it is recorded and a link is provided to you afterwards. But thank you very much. This is using the Delicate Desert Suite. And I like those flowers in pink, even though that doesn't match any of the paper, but that's so pretty. Thank you for joining me, and see you guys next week. Bye.